Hello everyone, so I'm coming today with a video. This new school year is getting ready to start, so I'm going to go ahead and set up my planner. I've already started, but I'm going to do a little bit more. So here I just have a regular planner from Lakeshore. I used to purchase the ones that were a little bit more expensive and fancy, but I found over the years that this one that's like a few bucks from Lakeshore works totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and go through it now. So when you first open it up, you will see a part that says you have a little divider, and then it'll have a portion for you to fill out with your name, your school, the class, the classroom room, your email, your phone number, so forth. I've already filled it out, so again, that's why I have it closed. And then each one has the contents. So it has a class roster, student info, medical and emergency info, classroom map and seating chart, student groups, classroom events and volunteers, substitute teacher information, a daily schedule, are reproducible for the weekly news and reproducible for teacher notes and awards, and another reproducible for a reading chart and awards, a portion to write down students' birthdays or other adults, dates to remember, long range planning, monthly calendar, weekly planning, and then any notes you might have. So I tend to not fill this out just because in the case that I happen to lose my planner, which I haven't, but in the case that I do, I wouldn't want our family's personal information to end up anywhere. So I don't tend to fill this out, and plus we have it all online anyway. So then when it comes to the medical and emergency information, I don't fill this out again because I have access to it digitally, and so again, I don't want students' personal information on there. In terms of a map or seating chart, my classroom has stayed the same over the past 8 years. So there's not really a need for me to go ahead and draw anything on there, but this is great space if you're a new teacher or if you're thinking of how you're gonna design your classroom. And then for student groups, I definitely have students in student groups. For this upcoming year, I will probably be still in distance learning. So I might use this for our group A and group B and a few other groups, but during the regular school year, our groups are so fluid that it wouldn't make sense for me to use this portion just because the groups move. I mean, if you wanted to maybe like write down what your groups are and then use Post-its, that might work, just to kind of keep track of everything in one specific spot. But again, we'll see how that goes. And then we have classroom events and volunteers. I don't tend to use this portion just because our field trips and everything, I kind of keep track of digitally. And then I never use a teacher info for the substitute just because I would never leave my planner with a substitute knowing that it might get lost. And then for our daily schedule, this just doesn't work out so well for me because I teach elementary school, but I think that this would be great for like middle and high school. And then you just have your reproducibles for like weekly notes, awards that you can give to students. And then here I do use the student birthdays just to write them down because I do need to keep them. And then as for dates to remember, I think these are great and I like how it has multiple dates. My only concern with this page is that it's been outdated. So for example, October still says Columbus Day. We celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, not Columbus Day. So there are some dates on here that are great, and there's some that I wasn't aware of. There's also some that I think need to be updated. And then here we have the long range planning. So you have each month. I do tend to think about what themes I'm going to do, which I'll probably do that video later. But this year I'll be teaching a combo class of kindergarten and first grade. So I don't want to write anything down until I'm for sure if I'm going to be teaching a combo class. So I already started adding in the dates. As you can see, it has my birthday on there. And then I put in just the calendar dates so far. So we have our staff development day, our teacher work day, the first day of school, back to school night. And so I really like to start to do this in the summer. I just like to take just, like an hour or so to go through each month and write down the dates. It is very tedious, I'm not gonna lie, but I like to have everything ready to go for once the school year starts because then I can just hit the ground running. So I've inputted all of the months and the day, and then our important dates that our district gives us each year. So as a teacher, starting week 1, our schedule looks a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and go with week 2. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to put in the days. I do like to put in the day number, which I think is super important, because once we get to the 100th day of school, then I tend to forget. So if I have all those dates, then I know. So I put in August 16th through the 20th already. So the next week would be the 23rd. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to fast forward the video. So So here I am getting ready to start color coding, and I just chose to use a few highlighters I already had. I do like to color code dates with like birthdays, holidays, and staff professional development days. And this way it kind of just makes it easy for me to keep track of what's happening. And I like to put it on those little boxes that you see at the bottom where it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was just testing the markers to make sure that they worked, or the highlighters, before I use them.